A Coca Cola recall has been issued in Illinois and Wisconsin for a possible plastic contamination. About 10,000 cans are involved in the recall. So far, no word if anyone has gotten ill. The FDA on Monday labeled this as a Class 2 recall, which means the risk of getting sick is remote.
Coca Cola is renowned for having one of the most advanced production systems in the world, where every step is tightly controlled. Error rate? Not even 1%. So why did this rare incident happen? What is the truth? What is really happening inside the Coca-Cola factory? Today, Captain Discovery will uncover the behind-the-scenes operations of this childhood favorite soft drink brand. And perhaps the answer will surprise you. Coca-Cola was born in 1886 at a small pharmacy in Atlanta. Initially, it was promoted as a medicinal refreshment containing extracts of cocoa leaves and cola nuts, the two ingredients that later formed its famous name. After its founder, John Pemberton, passed away, the company came into the hands of Asa Candler, a businessman with sharp marketing instincts. He removed the cocaine, increased the sugar, and turned Coca-Cola into a nationwide craze through free sampling campaigns and widespread advertising. By World War II, Coca-Cola was closely tied to American soldiers, becoming a symbol of home, of American life. And after the war, wherever American soldiers went, Coca-Cola followed. Since then, Coca-Cola has not just been a soda, it's a brand, a culture, a global icon. And now, let's see how Coca-Cola is made. About 85% of every can of Coca-Cola is water. But not just any water can be used immediately. The water is sourced from local water systems, but must go through several treatment steps before entering the production line. First is coarse filtration to remove dust and particles. Next is activated carbon filtration to eliminate odors and off flavors. Finally, it's sterilized using UV light or ozone. The result is ultra-pure water, odorless, tasteless, and free from impurities. But purity alone isn't enough. To become Coca-Cola, this water has to meet something else. The base syrup is what creates Coca-Cola's signature flavor. The exact formula is a secret. Only a few people in the world know the whole recipe. The syrup is not mixed at the bottling plant. It is produced at a secret facility and then transported to bottling plants like this one in sealed barrels, each with a unique code and under strict inspection. Upon arrival, the syrup is fed directly into an automated system. Here it is mixed with water. Each liter of syrup produces dozens of liters of Coca-Cola, but the mixing ratio must be absolutely precise. A slight deviation, and the taste will be off. And with Coca-Cola, the flavor must always be the same, whether you drink it in Atlanta, Chicago, or LA. At factories like this, plastic bottles are not pre-made and shipped in. Instead, they are produced on site from small PET plastic preforms, just a few centimeters long, resembling test tubes. The preforms are heated, blown with compressed air, and molded into bottles within seconds. If the temperature or pressure is off, defects may occur, such as excess plastic, warping, or in rare cases, small plastic fragments detaching. This is one of the factors the inspection system must detect and eliminate at the start of the line. After forming, bottles go through a washing and sterilization line. Depending on the plant, the system may use hot water, steam, or UV light for disinfecting before filling. Only when the bottles meet the absolute sterile standard is the Coca Cola mixture filled in. At this point, CO2 is also injected directly into the product under high pressure and in cold conditions. Injecting the gas at the moment of filling helps retain the refreshing fizziness and prevent gas loss during capping. It all happens within seconds. From preform, bottle, wash, fill, cap, the entire line runs continuously without pause. And of course, the risk of plastic contamination remains just a suspicion. Even with just a doubt, Coca Cola proactively recalls the entire batch to prioritize consumer safety. What do you think? Leave your opinion in the comments. Back to the just capped Coca Cola bottles. The job isn't done yet. They must pass one final checkpoint before being allowed to leave the factory. After capping, each can or bottle of Coca Cola goes through a series of automated inspection systems. High-speed cameras check if the cap is properly positioned. Laser sensors measure the fill level inside. Scanners detect pressure or volume deviations. If there's any irregularity, even a few millimeters off, that product is immediately removed from the line. Next comes labeling, printing the production date, packaging, and palletizing. All this is continuous, automated, and under the supervision of technicians. A Coca Cola plant can produce between 800 and 1,200 bottles per minute. That's about 1 million product units per day at just one location. From here, hundreds of thousands of Coca Cola bottles and cans leave the factory, onto trucks, into supermarkets, into vending machines. And into your hands, possibly just 12 to 24 hours after a single drop of water was treated. After Coca Cola, Now comes the second iconic food item of American fast food culture: fried chicken. KFC serves over 8 million customers a day across more than 150 countries. And due to a minor logistics issue, over 600 KFC stores in the UK had to temporarily close in 2018. So how does a global brand like KFC maintain quality in every single piece of pressure fried chicken? Today, Captain Discovery will trace the journey behind that crispy crust. KFC started from a small roadside diner in Kentucky. The owner was Harlan Sanders, the man who created fried chicken with a secret blend of 11 herbs and spices. He was the first to use a pressure cooker to fry chicken quickly while preserving the crispy crust. From a tiny kitchen, his chicken spread across America, then around the world. But to make that happen on a global scale, everything had to operate very differently. The journey of every piece of KFC chicken doesn't begin at the restaurant, but on industrial farms across the US. Here, chickens are raised under contracts with major suppliers like Tyson Foods and Simmons Foods, two names dominating the US poultry market. Chicken age is strictly regulated, typically between 35 and 49 days. Diet, lighting, and stocking density are all calculated to ensure uniform and standard growth. The entire life cycle of each flock is recorded and tagged with traceable codes to know exactly where they came from, what they ate, and what they went through. When it's time, the chickens are transported to automated slaughterhouses. There, slaughtering, plucking, and cleaning take place on a closed-loop production line. Immediately after cleaning, chickens are put into rapid cooling systems, keeping the temperature between 0 and 4 degrees Celsius. From here, they begin the journey to KFC processing plants under a continuous cold chain. At the processing plant, the chilled chicken crates from the farm start to arrive. Each shipment is checked for traceability codes, confirming origin, storage temperature, and transportation time. The inspection system here operates almost non-stop because any negligence can pose a risk, not just to one piece of chicken, but to the entire global supply chain. Only when the batch passes this initial check can it proceed to the next processing stage. At the prep station, whole chickens are placed on conveyors. The first blade splits the chicken in half along the backbone. Next, wings are separated using curved blades, ensuring the joint and skin remain intact. Drumsticks are cut at the hip joint groove. The cut must be precise to avoid tearing skin or breaking bones. Breast and fillet portions are sliced along the sternum, ensuring uniform thickness for each piece. In total, each chicken is divided into exactly 9 parts: 2 wings, 2 drumsticks, 2 fillets, 2 breasts, and 1 backbone. Pieces that are torn, bruised, or misshaped are sorted out and not sent to the next line. The process combines machine assistance with precise manual handling, because even a few millimeters off in cutting can lead to uneven cooking during pressure frying, affecting the quality of the whole batch. At each KFC restaurant, chicken is freshly prepared, not pre-fried, not refrozen. Every morning, staff prepares a special batch of dry mix. This is a flour blend with 11 herbs and spices, pre-mixed, sealed, and shipped from the factory. No one at the restaurant knows the exact ratios, and the original recipe is kept in a vault at headquarters in Kentucky. Each piece of chicken is taken out, dipped in marinade to retain moisture, then coated in flour using a precise process. Each staff member must follow the standard steps. Place the chicken piece in the flour tray. Shake gently 7 times. Toss 10 times, then shake 7 times again. The entire process is called 7-10-7. Fail to follow it, and the breading may fall off or won't fry crispy. After breading, the chicken is immediately placed in a pressure fryer. Temperature about 185 degrees Celsius. Frying time 7 to 10 minutes, depending on the cut. Pressure frying cooks the chicken from inside out while preserving its juiciness with an evenly crispy crust, not dry or burnt on the edges. When the time's up, the fryer automatically releases the pressure. Chicken is removed, placed on a draining rack, then cooled for about 5 minutes before serving. At KFC restaurants, each batch of chicken is held for a maximum of 90 minutes. After that, if not sold, it's discarded, not reheated, not reused. This is a system-wide policy to ensure consistent quality. So, what do you think? Where do the unsold chickens go after those 90 minutes? Leave your opinion in the comments. After Coca Cola, the next name in the soft drink battle that must be mentioned is Pepsi. If Coca Cola is a traditional icon, then Pepsi is always the challenger, younger, bolder. But beyond the advertising race, what really happens behind every can of Pepsi? How different is the formula? What's similar in the production line, and what's not? Pepsi was created in 1893 by a pharmacist in North Carolina. It was originally called Brad's Drink, a soda that aided digestion. In 1898, it was renamed Pepsi Cola. Pepsi was born 7 years after Coca Cola. Initially, it struggled and went bankrupt twice, but afterward, they chose a different path to survive. Not chasing Coca Cola, but competing through lower prices, larger bottles, and a youthful image. In the 20th century, Pepsi became Coca Cola's biggest rival. They were the first brand to sign an advertising contract with Michael Jackson. And they continuously associated their name with music, sports, and pop culture. Today, Pepsi is present in over 200 countries. So in the end, how is Pepsi made?
So get ready for a new Pepsi Challenge in 2025, coming soon to a city near you.
Basically, Pepsi's water treatment process is similar to Coca Cola's. Water is sourced from the local system, then purified through multiple steps, from coarse filtration, deodorization to sterilization, to remove all odors, flavors, and natural minerals. The goal is to create a type of absolutely flavorless water that won't affect Pepsi's taste after mixing. Although treatment technologies may vary between factories, the final standard is always the same. Water must be perfectly pure, no smell, no taste, no minerals. The syrup is what creates Pepsi's signature flavor, consisting of sugar, caffeine, caramel coloring, and artificial cola flavor. The detailed formula is kept strictly confidential. Compared to Coca Cola, Pepsi is often sweeter, less carbonated, and has a more distinct vanilla aftertaste. The syrup is produced at a separate facility, then transported to the factory in sealed barrels. There it is mixed with purified water at an exact ratio. Just a slight deviation will alter the taste. The result is a liquid Pepsi mixture, not yet carbonated, but already fully flavored. So, can you tell the difference between Pepsi and Coca-Cola? If you're a Pepsi fan, like this video. If you're Team Coca-Cola, hit subscribe. And if you like both, leave a comment. We want to hear your thoughts. Before bottling, all cans, plastic bottles, and glass containers are thoroughly sterilized to ensure hygiene. Most of this packaging is produced on-site or sourced from nearby domestic suppliers. Plastic bottles are blown from preforms right on the production line, while cans and glass bottles are usually delivered ready-made and fed into the process. Like Coca-Cola, Pepsi also injects CO2 just before bottling in a sealed environment under high pressure and low temperature. All to stabilize the carbonization without causing foaming. The mixture is filled into bottles or cans at very high speeds, thousands of units per minute, then immediately sealed to lock in the gas and flavor. By now, have you answered the question, what does Pepsi use to compete with Coca-Cola? It's in the carbonation step. If Coca-Cola has a higher CO2 content, giving a stronger, sharper, more explosive mouthfeel, then Pepsi opts for slightly less carbonation, for a smoother, sweeter taste that's easier for many people to enjoy. But that's not the whole story. After sealing, Pepsi cans are automatically inspected, expiry dates printed, labels applied, and packed into boxes, ready to be shipped to supermarkets, convenience stores, and vending machines around the world. In terms of process, Pepsi and Coca Cola are almost identical. But what makes the two brands different is how they choose to appear in your mind. Coca Cola is an icon, nostalgia, the taste of America. Pepsi is different. It chooses a young, bold image, closely tied to pop culture, sports, and music. They don't just compete on flavor, but also through packaging, messaging, campaigns, and even legendary jabs. In many places, Pepsi is also a few cents cheaper, more approachable, more accessible, and sometimes that's all it takes to win back a sip from Coca-Cola's hand. And whether you choose Coca-Cola or Pepsi, this race has no end in sight. Now let's see what's behind McDonald's best-selling item. Not the hamburger, but the fries. Each year, McDonald's consumes over 9 million tons of potatoes, more than any chain in the world. But what makes such a simple item become legendary? Today, Captain Discovery will take you inside the world's largest potato supply chain. And reveal the truths you may have never thought of every time you pick up a fry. French fries appeared from the earliest days of McDonald's, back when the chain was just a small diner in California. At first, fries were hand-cut, hand-fried, and served with salt. No special recipe, no loud promotion. But over time, fries became an essential part of every combo. In 1949, McDonald's officially added fries to the menu, replacing the then popular potato chips. From there, it spread across America, then around the world. The crispy outside, tender inside taste, along with the uniform straight shape, quickly became iconic. And to this day, French fries remain the most ordered item at McDonald's. Every McDonald's fry starts from massive potato fields, primarily in the US and Canada. Not just any potatoes are chosen. McDonald's only uses certain varieties, like Russet Burbank, Chepity, or Ranger Russet, because they're long, firm, and stay crispy when fried. At harvest, potatoes are machine dug, roughly sorted in the field, and transported to the factory within hours. At the plant, each potato is inspected for size, moisture, and skin color. Those too small, too short, or too damaged are eliminated early on. Only standard quality potatoes continue the journey, cleaned, peeled, and prepared for high-speed slicing. Qualified potatoes enter high-speed cutters. Each is pushed through water pressure blades, producing straight, uniform fries. This is why McDonald's fries are always consistent, not curved or broken. After cutting, fries are rinsed again to remove excess starch, otherwise they'd stick and not crisp when fried. Next is blanching in hot water for a few minutes. Purpose: to soften the inside and stabilize the shape before freezing. Finally, fries are surface dried, then briefly pre-fried in hot oil, just a few seconds, to create a thin crust that retains internal moisture. This is just the shaping step. Fries are not crispy yet, not yet seasoned, and not ready to serve. After pre-frying, fries are quickly cooled and moved to deep freezing, around -18 degrees Celsius. The goal is to lock in structure and moisture, so that when refried at the store, they remain crispy outside, soft inside. Fries are then packed into large bags, with several kilograms boxed in cartons and stored in cold warehouses. From here, they're shipped to tens of thousands of McDonald's stores worldwide through a specialized cold supply chain. But the fries journey isn't over yet. Because what makes McDonald's fries special is how they're fried the second time, just before reaching your hands. At each McDonald's store, fries are taken straight from the freezer. No thawing beforehand, no double frying. Fries are dropped into oil at about 168 to 175 degrees Celsius. Frying time is just about 3 minutes, enough to turn the outside golden crispy and the inside perfectly soft. Immediately after frying, fries are salted with no additional seasoning. Also, no waiting. Fries are served as soon as possible, ideally within 7 minutes after frying. If kept longer, they lose crispiness and must be discarded. No sauces, no coatings, no twists. Just fries, salt, and the flavor millions have craved for decades. Do you remember your first time trying McDonald's fries? You've just gone behind the scenes of some of the world's most familiar brands. A can of Coca Cola, a can of Pepsi, a piece of fried chicken, and a stick of French fry. Sounds simple, but behind them lies a world driven by technology, secrets, and strategic choices. What you hold in your hand may be fast food, but how it's made is fast to the point of incredible and precise to the last millimeter. And you, which team are you on? Team Coca Cola or Pepsi? KFC chicken or McDonald's fries? If journeys like this excite you, don't forget to subscribe to Captain Discovery. We'll take you even deeper into bigger production lines, lesser known truths, where the familiar is not